Have you ever been led by somebody that you felt that they didn't care about you? Well, how effective was their influence on you? How impactful was their leadership for you? Well, in this video, I'm going to share 4 laws of leadership that every great leader needs to master. All right, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ben Ward, and I like to talk about high performance in sales leadership and how to really draw out the best in the people that you lead. Listen, I've been a leader in the trenches for over 20 years, and I've come back for you. And in this video, I'm going to share 4 laws that every great leader needs to master. As you stay to the end, I'm going to share 1 bonus principle with you today that you are not going to want to miss to help you lead your team to high performance. First law, they have to know that you care about them. They have to feel from you that you have their best interest at heart. Think about it. Have you ever been led by somebody that you felt they didn't care about you? How did that work out? How effective was their leadership for you? So if the law is they have to know that you truly care about them, the question comes, what if you don't? What if honestly you just don't really care about this person? This is where the true test of leadership comes in. Because if you don't care about somebody that you lead, don't fool yourself into thinking that you're going to be able to impact them in a way that draws out the greatest performance within them. Because if you don't care about that person, how are you supposed to lead them? And if you don't, your leadership will not last with them. Here's a quick tip for learning to really care about somebody that's on your team that you're having a hard time, that you don't really care about, is serve them. When we go out and serve another human being, that's one way to really grow to care about them. Second law, they have to know that you trust them. They have to know that you trust them with the job that they're doing. This begs the question, what if you don't trust them? There's 3 questions I want to invite you to ask yourself as you contemplate, as you look at how can I make the shift from not trusting this person to trusting them? Because trust me, if you don't trust somebody that you lead, your ability to influence them goes to the floor. And I challenge you to not fool yourself into thinking that you can effectively lead somebody that you do not trust. I want you to think about somebody that you lead right now that you don't trust. Do you feel like they know your lack of trust? Can they sense it? We're pretty intuitive beings. Most of the time we can tell when somebody doesn't trust us. If you don't trust somebody that you lead, I want to challenge you to ask yourself 3 very tough questions, very transparent questions. First, how am I the problem? You might be asking yourself, you might be saying, what? I'm not the problem. They are the problem, and that's the problem. I get it. If you can't come up with anything, hack your brain by saying, I know I'm not part of the problem, but if I was part of the problem, what would it be? Get ultra transparent with yourself. This is the starting point of effective influence. If you don't trust this person, what are you doing about it? Why are they on your team? Why are you allowing them to remain on your team? Maybe that's how you're part of the problem. You're enabling them in mediocrity. You're enabling them. You're not willing to have those crucial conversations where you're straight up with them. But certainly there's a way that you have contributed as the leader, having this human being on your team that you don't trust. So take some responsibility and have those conversations. And here's just a simple tip on what those might look like. Hey, John, or hey, Sally, I've been needing to talk to you for a while. Honestly, sometimes I stay awake and I'm up in the middle of the night and it stresses me out, the relationship that we have. And I feel like I've been blaming you and haven't been willing to communicate with you. Are you willing to have just a really open conversation to get to move forward so that we can work together even better? I challenge you to have the courage to have those conversations. Because again, Don't fool yourself into thinking, well, I don't really know how to deal with this, so I'm just gonna let this go. Your leadership is being undermined every single minute that you have somebody on your team that you don't trust, that you're not willing to confront. And now here's the reality. Most cases, by having those conversations, trust is restored. Not always. Sometimes the only way forward is to break that relationship, and you as a leader have a responsibility to let somebody go that should not be on your team. And what are you doing anyways with somebody you don't trust on your team? Second law is they have to know that you trust them. Because if you don't trust them, don't fool yourself. You are not a leader to them. That brings us to the third law. They have to know that you have confidence in them. They have to know that you believe in them. Have you ever had a leader that you knew they believed in you? And how did that invite you to show up? Think about this for the people that you serve. What kind of gift can you give to the people that you lead by your confidence in them? Well, I'll tell you, I had a leader growing up that I knew had confidence in me. And in fact, one day I was walking along the hallway, and there was a hallway coming this way and a hallway coming that way. And I was walking here, he couldn't see me, and I heard him say my name. He was talking to somebody, I heard him say my name. And he said, "That Ben Ward, I would invest in stock in Ben Ward." And I was like, I froze. I stopped what I was doing. He didn't see me yet because I was on the other side of the corner. And I was just like, what? I was just a punk teenage kid trying to figure out who I was. And this leader, he believed in me. And I heard him say in confidence with somebody else, like, man, like I would invest in stock. And what do you think that invited in me? When I was in his presence, how do you think I showed up? Man, I didn't want to let him down. And he believed in me, and it reminds me of the ancient philosopher Goethe. He says, if you treat a man as he is, he'll stay as he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he could and ought to be, he'll become what he could and ought to become. And I love that. In fact, when Doug Johnson would show up to my baseball games, man, I'd see him in the stands and I'd be like, Doug's here. Man, I was hitting so much better when Doug was there because he believed in me. He drew out the best in me. In Doug's presence, I was a better person. Are you that leader for the people that you lead? I challenge you to give the people you lead the gift of being a leader that has confidence in them. And if you don't have confidence in somebody that you lead, work on that. Find small wins. Where can you be confident in them? Start there. Build some common rapport. And what are they great at? And if they're not great at anything, what are they doing on your team? That's on you as a leader. They have to know that you have confidence in them. The fourth law, they have to feel from you that you would take a bullet for them. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm not talking about a literal bullet that, getting shot at for them. I'm talking about the figurative bullet where they feel that you not only have their back, but that you would step in front of harm for them. Let me give you an example. I'll never forget several years ago when I went undercover in one of our warehouses to see how the team culture was. I'd been assigned a trainer. His name was T. And here's a picture of T right here, who thought I was a brand new warehouse worker, that he was gonna train for the day. He showed me the ropes and put me to work. An hour into the training, I was walking fast, turning a corner, holding my empty pallet behind me, and crashed it just super hard into a large plastic bin. It hit so hard, it made such a loud noise, it shattered everywhere, and 20 plus people came out and were like, what happened? I was demoralized. I was super embarrassed. But here's the thing. What happened next changed everything. T immediately jumped in, patted his chest, and said to everyone, my bad, guys. My fault. I didn't show him. T took full responsibility for what happened and not showing me how to do it the right way. He let me save face. He took a bullet for me. I challenge you to be the leader where the people you lead, they know that you care about them. You have their best interest at heart. They know that you trust them. They know that you have confidence in them. And they know you would take a bullet for them. And I know that as you continue to strive to become that leader, the people that follow you, those lucky people under your charge, will follow you anywhere, including to the top, including to smashing your goals. And if they don't feel from you that you care, that you have confidence in them, that you trust them, or that you take a bullet for them, don't fool yourself into thinking that you're some leader that they're gonna follow. All right, now for a quick bonus. I want to share a simple formula with you to coach the people that you lead. And it starts with aligning with them. And then as you align with them, meeting them where they're at, you lift them. Lift them to higher ground. Lift them to see what's possible. Lift them to your view. Challenge them. Third, challenge them. Where can they be challenged to help them become their best? And then get out of their way. So align, lift, challenge, and get out of their way. I invite you to use that tool today. Where can you align with somebody to meet them where they're at? How can you lift them? Where can you challenge them to be their best? And then how can you get out of their way and let them fly? And if you want a tool to help you set very intentional goals with the people that you lead, download my guide, the Smart Map Coaching Tool. It's a powerful tool. It's simple 5 steps that are powerhouse in helping you to coach the people that you lead to accomplish their goals. And in the next video, I'm going to dive deep into align, lift, challenge, and get out of the way. Until then, make it a great day.